Hello, everybody. This is Soggy Pizza, second episode. I'm Alan,
I'm Sean.
and today I'm just going to ask Sean questions. Being a teenage boy, grade 11, he's got things that I'd like to know that worry me, and maybe he can answer my questions. Not so much worry me, just things I'd like to know what goes on in his life. Well, Sean, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. So here's some questions I'd like to ask you, and this is right from just random questions. Answer them freely.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you worry about as far as school is concerned? Like what's on your mind when you go to school? Like what are your thoughts? What do you worry about in the course of your day? If worrying's a wrong word, what are you concerned about when you go to school?
I mean, obviously, everyone worries about their marks. Louder. Yeah, okay. So everyone worries about their marks, obviously. But, I don't know. Worry is not the best word, I suppose. It can be used for some people. But it's fine. But for some, like, I don't know. For me, I don't really worry too much about it. I like to get my marks higher, but at the exact same time, it's not something I worry about all the time because we get so many chances to bring our marks up. But if I have an assignment due, then yeah, I'll worry about that because we don't have too much time throughout the day to finish it. Our teachers will give us class time and stuff, but other than that, not much to worry about.
So what about your social life? In what aspects? My social life when I went to school everything was about a social activity. It was about meeting girls, talking with our best friends, doing that kind of stuff. Because again, we had no computers. We had no computers, no cell phones. So we had to talk to them. So it was a big portion of our day was, hey, what are you doing after school? Hey, I like that girl. How does that affect you, and how do you deal with things differently now?
I mean, social life, obviously, I'm in high school, so it's important for a lot of high school kids, but for me, I do have a good few close friends I can talk to all the time whenever I want to, really. As long as they want to talk to me back, of course. And then, for the most part, I don't want to say distant friends, but it's just more regular friends that I see walking through the hallways that I'll say hi to whenever. I can talk to them sometimes if they're going to a class the same as me, or sometimes we even will have the same class or whatever. So, social life isn't really a big issue unless you're not the most social person. But if you are willing to talk to people, then you will definitely get a lot of friends.
Like now, is there cliques in school? Like you can't talk to this person because they're in a group, in this certain group, or this person is in this group and you can't talk to them. Is that still going? I'm sure it does, but do you see much of it? Does it affect you any which way?
I have not once ever seen a group that people couldn't talk to, I suppose. Everyone talks to each other, really, and everyone's very open and willing to talk to each other. Like, it might have something to do with it probably does actually have something to do with our school, like encouraging kids to be openly social and stuff. Obviously, not everyone's going to be openly social, but our school does try and push people into being very social and extroverted, and it does work pretty good.
Now, also, what about bullying? We hear a lot about bullying, and I don't know if it's so much in high school. I know back in my day when I was in high school, if there was a bully, and if you ever got picked on, you'd have a fight. Like, and that wasn't very often. Don't get me wrong; it was very rare, but that's what it was. There's a fight after school, and really at the bike racks, literally at the bike racks. But it was so few and far between. Do you see any of that now? Any bullying among people?
I mean, I should stop saying I mean. I did when I was in elementary school. So from kindergarten to grade 9 was my school. I did see a lot of that there. Kids actually got into like full-on fist fights. Tons of kids got suspended. One kid even got a restraining order on another kid, which was really stupid. But high school is, at least my high school, very different. No one gets into big fights like that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen a person suspended from a high school yet. So, no bullying, no fist fights. And even if there is bullying, it doesn't last for long, obviously.
Now, as far as you guys the way you dress nowadays, no one really wears jeans a lot, do they? Like in your school, what's fashionable nowadays? Like my days, jeans and a shirt. It was fashionable. What's fashionable now?
I don't follow the fashion trends, obviously, but I don't really know what's fashionable. People do wear jeans, but I don't all the time unless I'm purposely trying to look extra fancy for some sort of occasion. But I don't know. Yeah, there's not really much of a fashion style that's in style that at least I know of.
Now, do your teachers socialize with you guys? Like, are you comfortable talking to your teachers? Hey, Mr. Smith, how was your weekend? What was your day like? How's it going? Do you talk to your teachers like that?
Um, some kids do. I don't try. I don't really tend to get too involved with my teachers or anything. I mean, we'll definitely be friendly towards each other, and the relationships between teachers and students in high school is definitely more like a friend-like sort of relationship. But at least with me, it's more just they're my teachers. I'll say hi to them. I'll be nice to them, obviously. They'll be nice back. But it's more just an acquaintance sort of relationship, at least with me. But there is some kids that definitely do get super involved with the teachers, and I think that's a little bit weird because they're your teachers, not really a family member or anything. They can be your friend, but honestly, I don't know, just not my kind of thing.
So being in the IB program, I've asked you this before. Being in the IB program, how do you think if you had to go back and do it again? Because you're already in grade 11 IB, going to grade 12. Would you do it again?
I wouldn't do it again. In fact, I wouldn't do any school again. But for like, if I had the choice to go back and do it for the first time or not do it at all, I don't know, hard choice. Like, all of my friends are in these classes, but if I didn't do it in the first place, then I could definitely do a couple more classes that I would really like to because of my schedule being full right now. But I probably wouldn't have not done it. Definitely doing it was definitely the right choice. Just because the marks, in the end, my marks will be just perfect for what I want to do. And all my friends are in it, my current classes, so it works out.
So, speaking of IB, what leg up is it going to give you? Because you still have one more year to go before you hit university. What is it going to do for you?
No idea. No idea, honestly. I don't really know. I guess have a higher chance of getting into university? Not really sure. Yeah, I honestly don't know.
And what do your teachers say about it?
They say that it's worth it, and if you can do it, you definitely should do it. But I feel like that also might be a little bit driven by the fact that they're being paid by IB, the company themselves at the same time. So I don't really know.
So overall, how has your high school experience been? You're only in grade 11, mind you, but I know you were in kindergarten to grade 9 in the same school. Same school, same kids. And how has high school been?
Fun, honestly. A little bit less boring than elementary. And because in elementary, we had the exact same schedule every single day for a whole year straight. At least in high school, you have different classes almost every day, and you have 2 different semesters. You only have 4 classes per day, which is a little bit weird. So yeah, that's a little bit weird having different classes like every hour and a half compared to what used to be 40 minutes with 8 classes. Now I only have 4. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I like it a little bit more though. Plus everyone's a lot nicer in terms of being sociable and being friendly.
Now, do many of your friends have jobs? Like you're at the age now, 16 years old. Do they have jobs? Are they looking at getting jobs?
Like some of them are. So my close friends don't really have jobs. One of them is looking for a couple jobs, but he's also 17, so I definitely assume that he should be looking for a job at that point. I still have a year to go because I'm 16, but he is yeah, he's applied at multiple places so far and he's still waiting. But everyone else, no. There's one other friend that does have 2 jobs though, which I mean, obviously to you may not seem too crazy, but to me, like, we have so much stuff going on in school and high school right now that 2 jobs kind of takes up a lot of time that you really should like use for school.
Well, Sean, thanks for answering my questions. These are questions, just a few, not all the ones I'd like to ask, but a few questions that I always wonder about. And at the end of the day, my whole wondering is just to make sure that you're happy, that you're okay. And you say school is boring. No one likes school. Some do, some don't. The fact of the matter is, without it, where are you going to be?
Yeah.
Nowhere. Like, you need
Yeah.
school. Not like when I went, you didn't need an education. It was important, but it wasn't as important now. If you don't have an education now, you're not going to get where you need to be or what you want to be or do what you want to do.
Of course.
Again, so we're going to sign off for this particular second episode now. We're moving along. I'm Alan.
I'm Sean.
We'll talk to you on our next podcast.
See ya.